So hi guys, it's Flipping here. Okay, let me just check the 4-hour price action that we argued about. Okay, as you can see, we have this 4-hour supply zone right here. I think we can all agree on this one, right? That this is the 4-hour supply zone. So as soon as price tapped into this supply zone, what we can see? We can see that it's wick through, right? With this wick, it's wick through. Let me just check the 50-minute. Okay, so here is the supply zone, the 4-hour supply zone. What can you see here? You can see triple top, right? 1, 2, 3, or relatively, this is the 4th top, right? But it's triple top. Let me just mark this real quick. This is the triple top, and let's go back to the tap. What can you see here? What is this? This is a triple top line. The black line is a triple top line. And what's this candle? It's a liquidity sweep, right? So price just came up straight up to this supply, swept the liquidity, changed character, then rapidly moved to the downside. Look at this move. Just look at this move. This was caused by the liquidity sweep. Price collected enough orders from this triple top and from this 4-hour zone. Then it rapidly pushed to the downside, right? Okay. Let me just show you one more thing. Just let me remove this line. Okay. Here is the PDF, right? What can you see here? What are those? Those are also liquidity sweeps. It's straight up in the PDF, right? The same thing happened right here. The exact same thing happened right here. Triple top liquidity sweep, push down. In order to continue the overall direction, we have to sweep liquidity. Price has to sweep liquidity, right? Okay, let's continue on the demand zone. How does the price action look like? It's coming down, creating series of lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. This is the last lower low. Here's a break of structure, right? So as you can see, this is the last lower low. Can you say this was the demand zone? No, you can't, because this demand zone did literally nothing. It didn't break structure. It's just a zone, and it's also efficient, right? So there's no inefficiency, as you can see. Let's see the real demand zone. Here's a less supply zone that caused the break of structure, right? This was the less supply zone. Let me just paint that. Okay, price came up, rejected on that zone. So rejected on that zone, did a pullback and created this demand zone, right? And this demand zone, as you can see, created a rapid inefficient push to the upside and change character right here. This is change of character, right? So which is our right demand zone? This one, or maybe you mark this one, I don't know. You can say this as the right demand zone, because this zone has been already mitigated by this one, right? More than the 50% of this candle is mitigated. So it's invalid. It's efficient. It's invalid. The right demand zone is this one. Okay. What happened right here? What happened right here? As you can see, after the supply tap and liquidity sweep, we just created this huge 4-hour downside move straight up in the 4-hour demand zone, right? The overall direction, as you can see, if I zoom out, so the overall direction is extremely bearish, right? Sorry, this is from the PDF. You will see it today. Okay, it's extremely bearish. We can't argue it's bearish. And we did a pullback phase. And if a pullback phase does something like this, so sweep liquidity, then rapidly push down, then we can say the trend is continued. So we are still in the bearish trend. Sorry. Okay, we tapped into this zone and we immediately wick through this zone. Because of the momentum, you can say this is a break, but you can say this is also a liquidity sweep. We will see how price will react on these supply zones. You will see on the 50-minute. So as you can see, there are mainly two supply zones right here. And this one is just broke through. So we will see how the price will react on these zones, but I believe the price will continue the bearish movement to the downside, right? And it's created relatively equal lows. So you can't really call it a sweep. As you can see, what am I doing? So you can't really call it a sweep. This was the last low. It's just wick down, right? This is nothing. This is not a break. This is not a liquidity sweep. It's just wick down. Of course, you can call it a liquidity sweep because it's web liquidity, a small amount of liquidity, but compare the two movements. This is the movement. This is a huge movement after liquidity sweep. This is not a liquidity sweep movement. This is just a consolidation and just a straight pullback, right? Just a pullback to these zones. And look at the momentum. Look at the momentum. Look at the price action. Huge movement, little consolidation, down upside movement. Huge movement, little consolidation, upside movement. This is our pattern. I already told you this about 2 weeks ago that this is our pattern right now, and we are moving based on this pattern. So yeah, these are my thoughts on Euro USD about the price action, and I hope it makes sense for you and you understood the logic behind this. So we will meet in the New York session, of course, and let's kill the markets together. Goodbye, guys. Take care.